starts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Here we go.
Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. Now when it's game time, I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone. I'm in my own zone.
I said game time is go time. Ready for the world premiere, we can call it showtime. Time is ticking down, so we set to go and blow mine. Roxamore and hit hard, put them both together. What you got? Call it gold
Big
mine.
money.
Go hard every day. This game to me, it means something. Out of space, attitude. Game face, a mean mug. Laser vision focus. If you gifted, then you'll see something. If you not in this game, then what you say, it means nothing. Yeah, it's time to welcome all you haters. I'm an intellect that use my mind and fight like great debaters. I'm trying to make history. Don't let them get to me. No need to complain about them unattained victories. Great minds think alike.
We like to welcome you here live at the Wolvarena at the George A. Novak Field, being brought to you by Roxamore Sports Network. I am Sam the Man Timbers, a.k.a. the Lumberjack, and I'm accompanied by the CT Express, Craig Thomas, the legend, where we're going to see a great football game here tonight with the Woodland Hills Wolverines led by Tim Bostard and the Peters Township Indians led by Thomas T.J. Plack.
Yes, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's great to be here on a Friday night, live under the lights here. We got slightly overcast skies. We had a little rain come down, but should make for an interesting night. We're looking forward to a good game. There's some questions about the Wolverines health-wise, so we're looking forward to seeing the people come out, the players come out, and them putting up forward a good effort. The Peters Township High School Indians are 2-0, so they're undefeated. Should be a great game, a great challenge.
And so the Woodland Hills Wolverines tonight, Mr. Thomas, have to defend their field. You have to win at home. And so we have to make a great stand on tonight and present a good product out on the field. Like, again, you said we have some injuries tonight, and we're going to have some players playing in different positions tonight. And also here that we may have a kicker tonight. And so that would be good too. Instead of going for two, that we can put some points on the board with the foot as well.
Right. So it looks like they bought in, Peters Township is 2-0, and so they're looking to continue their streak of being undefeated. But Woodland Hills did bring in two new kickers, number 96, Garrett Matique, and also Gavin Moore, number 97. So they're looking forward to trying to make some extra points and not having to go for two every time. And so we look forward to a good night. We're just about set for kickoff, ladies and gentlemen. Sam, good to be here with you, sir. Mr. Timbers, let's have a great night.
Yeah, we're looking forward. And here's the kick.
And they're off. He takes the ball about the 15-yard line. He breaks to the left, and he cuts all the way back to the left field. He's up the sideline, across the 40, and down out at the 42-yard line. So
that was a nice run by Peters Township player. He took it at the 10, as you said, brought it all the way out outside the 50-yard line. And so that was a nice run. So they have great field position in the beginning of the game.
Yep, this is going to be a test for the Woodland Hills defense right out the gate as Peters Township, the Indians are starting out in very good field position. So we'll see what we got. They're lined up here. Looks like it's going to be a shotgun formation. 3 wide outs, 2 wide outs in a slot with motion to the right. And they're off. High snap, and we have a whistle.
Woodland Hills comes out in a 4-4 base defense. They slide the linebacker up to the outside. We have a flag on the play.
Looks like they're marching the Indians back 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 15.
1st and 15. Now let's see what the Woodland Hills defense are going to do if they want to pin their ears back.
Looks like they're lined up. Trips to the right, motion, shotgun, fakes the ball. He goes deep, and the guy is wide open, and he drops the pass at the 20-yard line, wide open.
What a play. They come out ablazing on the first play with the long ball. Unfortunate for them that the receiver dropped the pass. Fortunate for Woodland Hills that he dropped the pass.
Absolutely. I mean, he was wide open. I mean, there was nobody closer to him. The people in the stands were closer to him than any player. So the snap was off, and it looks like the ball was fumbled here, and they're taken down again at a loss of about another 5 or 6 yards for the Indians.
Peters Township is shooting themselves in the foot right now. They're moving backwards instead of forwards. They're having a problem with the center quarterback exchange in the shotgun.
Shotgun formation again. They're lined up. Looks like about a 3rd and 20 yards to go. And they snap the ball, and he's back to pass. A little pressure. He goes deep, and the receiver is running, and it's a great breakup by the safety. He comes up and breaks the pass up.
That was a nice read by the safety as he played center field, and then he located the ball, and he went to catch the ball at its highest point. The ball seems to be a little bit wet as we watched them in warm-ups. There was a lot of passes being dropped, and it seems to be a little bit wet out here today. A little bit moist.
Yeah, that was a great breakup by Eshawn Carter. Peters Township Indians are back to punt, and the punt is off. It's a good punt. Looks like it's taken at the 25-yard line, bobbled, and he's taken down right there.
Yes, you said he bobbled the ball. It seems like everybody is bobbling the ball early on. I don't know if it's pregame jitters. We don't know if it's because it's moist outside. The ball needs to be wiped down, but something's going on right now with the missed snap between the quarterback and the center, and also the receivers dropping the ball, and also the punt returner bobbled the ball a little bit.
So it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of the huddle. It looked like the Wolverines are led by Jeffrey Williams, number 1, is going to be the quarterback. Rodney Stubbs is starting, but he cleared concussion protocol. We got a pitch to the outside. He has a small lane, but he's taken down at the gain of 2 yards.
That was a great read by Peters Township as he tried to bounce the outside. Defensive man came up on a hit, held him for a gain of 1. Yes, as you said, Rodney Stubbs did start on defense as outside linebacker, but he's not starting at quarterback tonight.
It's going to be a challenge for Woodland Hills to move the ball. We'll see what they got. They come out in the I formation, 2 wides to the right, and the snap is off, and it's a pass to the running back out of the backfield, and he miss the tackle. Oh, he punches the ball out from behind. He's fumbled, and it's a turnover on down.
Turnover. Craig, as I said again, Mr. CT expressed that it seems to be that the ball is everybody's having a hard time holding on to the ball. As we've seen just now, we had a fumble on the play.
One thing we know will be the Achilles heel for any team is turnovers. You can't win games turning the ball over.
You can't win games turning it over.
Deep in their own territory, the Indians take over, going into Wolverine at the 32-yard line, going in. And the snap out of shotgun, he hands the ball off to the right, the running back, for a gain of about 3 yards.
That's number 54 on the tackle. Made a good play, made a good read on that play. That's Keyshawn Frazier.
Shotgun formation again. They huddle fast and they go quick, and they hike the ball and hand the ball off, going around the left end. Looks like he's going to be just short of the first down. It's going to be 3rd and short.
That's a nice little game. Seems like they're running a no huddle, Craig.
Yeah, it looked like they're trying to speed the tempo up. Maybe they watched the film from last week, and they're doing the same thing that Bethel Park did. And they hand the ball off, and there's a couple missed tackles, and he's up the field for a first down.
That was a nice play. That was a wham play as he burst over the right side guard.
That looks like Ryan McGiskey for Peters Township. That was a good run, good solid run for him. They're lined up in the shotgun, no huddle again. They hand the ball off, going left, and he running back is out to the left side, and he's up the sideline for a gain of about 6 yards. Vincent Sirianni, looks like. Good run. He looked like he had a little speed there going up the sideline. What do you think?
Yeah, they're mixing it up. They're running that cross buck.
Like they're lined up again. No rest for the weary here. Woodland Hills has to make a stand here if they want to stop them. But again, the handoff up the middle. Oh, good play defensively. Sam, who's that on the stop there?
Michael Jones on the tackle. Third down and 2.
That's Michael Jones, number 50 on the tackle. That was a stout tackle, stood him up. That makes it 3rd and about 3. We have to have a defensive play right here.
The Indians are lining up at the line of scrimmage, going no huddle, consistent with what they've been doing in this drive. Motion. Receiver, fakes the receiver. Pass wide open. Touchdown for the Indians. Looked like great play design.
Great play. He was wide open. It seemed like it was a misdirection. Fake the handoff, pull it back out. Receiver floats out. Looked like a wheel route all by itself in the end zone.
Looks like the coach, they were well coached in that drive. Looks like the jitters are gone. So we're going to see what happens here. Woodland Hills is going to have to come out and answer this drive.
This is how it happened last week. Bethel Park came right down and drove in. And so now we have to answer the call.
Oh, it looks like they blocked the extra point. So good defensive play on this special teams. It looks like a good defensive play into this special teams, and looks like Wolverines, they have an opportunity to come back and make a statement here. So that's a great start for the Indians, and we'll see what the Wolverines have.
Yes, we will. They have to answer the call, and again, they have to defend their field. And so we'll see how they respond to adversity early on in the first half. So, Craig, my question to you is, how is it, you played here at the Wolvarena the first year, so how was it to come out during game time here with thousands and thousands of fans just to play on this field?
Well, this is a much different field than what we played on back in those days. We had a hill in the middle of the field, and it wasn't all this fancy turf, but it was amazing. It was an amazing feeling to come out. We had about 130 players on the team, and it was a great time, but we'll talk about it. The kick right now, Peters is kicking the ball off deep, and the Wolverines had the ball, and he runs up the left sideline, and he is now out of bounds at about the 35-yard line, where the Wolverines will take over.
Wolverines takes over again, and so we'll have to see with a first down and 10 at their own 39-yard line. We'll see how they answer the bell right now.
Yeah, so we'll see what the offense for Woodland Hills has, or what the defense for the Peters Township Indians have. So they're coming out of huddle, led again by Jeffrey Williams. I formation. Looks like we have motion, and it looks like the Wolverines will be backing up.
Yes, we have pre-snap motion, false start on the offense. Peters Township was shooting themselves in the foot early on, and now we're doing the same thing on our first offensive drive.
This is a very critical time for Woodland Hills. They need to come out and put a good drive together and answer the score for the Indians at the last drive. So Mr. Williams is back. He drifts out to the left. He throws the ball up. Toss the ball up to the left side, had a receiver out, and pass is incomplete.
He was under heavy pressure. Jeffrey Williams, he tried to roll out. He evades one guy, throws the ball up. Receiver tries to get it at the high point, but he had great coverage on him by Peters Township.
Great coverage by Peters Township. They seem very disciplined. They weren't moved by the play fake at all. They may have to get Mr. Williams out of the pocket and give him a run pass option. It looks like he's very athletic, but they're going to have to move him out of the pocket and give him a chance to run the ball as well. It's a toss to the right side, and he makes a defender miss. He makes a second defender miss, and he's taken down for a loss.
Yes, he was hit in the backfield, and he evaded the defender, but it's something about when you got to make a move behind the line of scrimmage, and then you had to make another move at the line of scrimmage, and so he got the best that he could out of the play, but again, he was under pressure heavy.
So it's another loss, and I think that was Deshaun Reeves. on a carry. So coming up with like a 3rd and 17. So this is an uphill battle. We got double receivers to the left, and Mr. Williams is back. He rolls out to the left, and he looks downfield like he wants to throw the ball, and he's pushed out of bounds at about the 28, 30, the 34-yard line.
He tried to get what he can get out of that play. Again, forced out of bounds makes it 4th down. He was under heavy pressure. So instead of just throwing it up, we'll just settle for the punt, put our defense on the field.
Well, yeah, right now it's getting very difficult right now for Woodland Hills to put their defense back out there again. The Indians went down last series and scored right away, so we'll see. But the punt is off. It's a very short punt. It bounces at about the 42-yard line and goes out of bounds at about the 43. So once again, the Indians have great field position.
Dante Williams was on the punt, punted away to the Indians. He kicked away from the from the kickoff returner, from the punt returner, excuse me. And so, again, they're trusting and relying on their defense that will get a stop. And so we're going to see what's going to be drawn up in this series.
Looks like this is a very important series here. This is going to be a battle of wills here, and looks like the Indians come out with 5 wide receivers, an empty backfield. They snap the ball, shotgun set, and he's under pressure, and he goes down at the 30-yard line. He's sacked.
That's a nice play by Mr. Brooks on the play. Great rush, great pressure, empty backfield. When you see an empty backfield, you just pin your ears back. Hard rush. They did exactly what they were supposed to do on that play.
That was a great play by the Wolverine defense, Sam. It looks like they had a guy out there about like you making that play. That was a great play.
He kind of looked like the lumberjack back in the day.
Yes. Shotgun formation. We
need more of that.
Again. Yep. So there's a flag on the play. They were in shotgun formation, 4 wides again. But it looks like a false start for the Indians, and they'll be marching backwards here. So it's going to be a 2nd down and a country mile. So it looks like they're in shotgun, 4 wides. In motion, and they throw a bubble screen, and he has a little open field, and he bounces off a tackle, and he's still running. He will not go down. He's fighting. There's a host of Wolverines tackling him and stopping him at about the 48-yard line.
Craig, on a play like that, on a bubble screen, and he bounces back inside. He cuts to the outside, but it was a lot of Woodland Hills players trying to tackle the ball instead of tackle the man. And I prefer you to tackle the man because he got a lot of yards after the catch, the yak.
Yep. We have Peters Township again. They're lined up in the shotgun formation, still going no huddle. We have a flag on the play. We have encroachment on the defense, on the Wolverines, a 5-yard penalty.
We have a lot of laundry starting to come out now. Early on in the game.
Well, if Woodland Hills is going to make a stand, they're going to have to do it soon. The Indians come out no huddle again, the shotgun formation, same set. Look like the quarterback rolls to the right, and he keeps the ball. He runs up and gains about 3 yards.
He cuts it on the inside.
Tackle by Angelo Reddick.
That makes it 2nd and 1.
Yep, looks like it's 2nd and 1. And it looks like they're sticking with the no huddle. They did some film study, it looks like, from last week because it's the same plan that Bethel Park had last week. Shotgun formation, and they're running the ball off to the left with the quarterback. And looks like the ball is loose. I'm not sure if it's loose or not. And it.
We had a fumble on the play. And it's recovered by the Wolverines, and that's the defensive stand that we talked about. We need a turnover. We need to make something happen. They need to make something happen, and they do.
Absolutely.
The Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Yes, sir. Looks like the The Indians came out, and the quarterback turned the ball up, and he got into a pile. Looks like a little scrum, and he just lost the ball. And looks like the Wolverines come out of the pile with the football. So we're going to see what they're going to do here. Going to have to make a play on offense. I haven't seen a lot of offense from Woodland Hills during this game, but they're lined up in a short shotgun formation with a single back, and the ball was not snapped. I'm not sure.
And we have more laundry on the play. That could have been a momentum changer, but right after that, the next play, we have a flag.
Prior to the play, false start, offense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So it's a shame to see that we backed them up already. They backed them up, start out with great field position, a turnover, momentum on your side, and you come out undisciplined, and it's a penalty, 1st and 15.
Mr. Thomas, it doesn't seem crisp. It doesn't seem together. They don't seem like a unit right now.
Shotgun formation, it's a pitch off to the left, and he's up the left sideline, and he gains about 2 yards, it looks like.
Brooks on the carry.
That was a nice carry by Brooks, but it was a better tackle by number 10 for Peters
Second
Township
down,
Indians.
15, Wolverines.
That was Trek Scorpio who made the tackle. That was a shoestring saving tackle, because I believe if he gets from that tackle on the outside, he has some running room.
Yes. So Woodland Hills comes out in this short shotgun with a running back in the back, another handoff up the middle once again. Not sure what the game plan is for tonight, but Woodland Hills is not being very successful right now.
Well, every time a running back gets the ball, he has to elude 2 or 3 guys in the backfield as soon as he gets the ball.
So what would you think would be a good game plan? Maybe they should go to like the short passing game, like go to
I
some
would say
screens.
so, but I don't know if they're blitzing the A gap or the B gaps.
So shotgun formation again, and Jeffrey Williams rolls out to the right, and he cuts back to the left, and he loses a player, and he throws the ball, and it looks like the pass is completed.
Pass complete to Scipio.
That was a great catch by Scipio for the Wolverines.
I'm not
That
sure.
makes it 3rd and 1.
Looks like
4th down and 1, sorry, correction.
It looked like Scipio extended the ball out over the yard marker. He got a pretty ominous mark there. I'm not sure that was really great for the Wolverines, but looks like they're keeping the offense out there. They're in punt formation. They are in punt formation, so they're not going to go for it here. Oh, and it's a fake here, and he cuts the ball up, and it looks like it's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
I don't know if he got it. And they say 1st down. What a gutsy call early in the game.
Great call. Great call. It was looks like they did get the 1st down on that carry, so Woodland Hills drive continues. Great defense by the Indians as well. He did not
give
make
Tom
that.
Foster some credit for that.
Right.
For making that gutsy call.
Right. Shotgun formation, pitch off to the right again, and the running back takes up the field, and it looks like he stopped short with a short gain.
On the carry, tackled by number 35, Majewski. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
That's a nice play by Majewski, the linebacker. He read that perfectly as Brooks tried to get to the outside.
So I'm looking for some variety in this play calling here from Woodland Hills, like counter plays, a little misdirection, something to get the Indians off balance. I haven't seen it yet. Got shotgun formation with a little motion to the left, and he hands the ball off up the middle for a short gain.
I would say we got a prize recruit at number 17. I would think we want to use him a little more at the tight end position. Joshua Rawlings.
Yeah.
In the screen game, tight end screen game, or one-on-one, with the height he has, throw it up.
Yeah.
I would think they would want to use him a little bit more than just a blocking tight end.
Yes, Josh Rawlings, he's a big guy. It looks like you would want to have him get involved in the game a little bit. I'm not sure what their plan is, but they're in shotgun formation with a bunch to the left. And Mr. Williams takes off with the ball around the left side, cuts it up, and he gains maybe about 6 yards.
That's a nice play. That's nice yardage on that play. I would say it's 4 down territory. But I see the punt team comes out again.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you punt the ball here. The plus field position, and you didn't punt the ball in your own field position when you had the ball the last series, but looks like they're backed up in the shotgun formation, set the punt. He's not real deep, so I'm not sure that he's going to punt the ball, and he didn't, and it was a fake, and they were ready for it.
Ran the fake again, and number 10 wasn't having it for Peters Township, and that is Corbin Hondro. He read it perfectly and made the stop for Peters Township, and it's turnover on downs.
So, Sam, how'd you like that play call? Did you think that was a good fake? Like, was it set up?
I didn't agree with that at all.
Yeah, you could look at it from here and see that the punter was really not in a true punting position. So the Indians were ready for it. They were ready for that. So the Indians come out now on offense in shotgun formation. 2 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Running back hands the ball off to the right, and he runs up the middle, bounces off a couple tackles, and carries the ball down to the 47-yard line of Woodland Hills.
That's Rodney Stubbs on a tackle for the Wolverines, but that's after 5 yards on first down. Now that makes it 2nd and 5. We need some penetration on defense.
As this quarter winds down, the Indians have clearly controlled this game, and they're in shotgun formation again. They hand the ball off going around the left side, and the running back is still fighting for yardage, and he's down about the 44-yard line at the end of the first quarter.
You better be careful, though, being lulled by the run game, and then as they do, they come out with they throw the pass off of it real quick. So that's the first quarter, and Peters Township leads us 6-0 at the Wolvarena at the George A. Novak Field. And so, we have to batten down the hatches. Woodland Hills has to, rather than and get some continuity in the offense side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what type of adjustments they're going to make here, but the first quarter, I was not really impressed with the play calling on the offensive side for Woodland Hills. However, I was impressed by the Indians. They seem to be pretty disciplined. They came out, they made some plays on offense and defense, but it's going to be a real struggle if Woodland Hills doesn't get together an offensive plan here and be able to move the ball.
Yes, we know they have a new quarterback over center, and so you have to question about the continuity with that, and also maybe that might limit the play calling because of it. But there are some athletes here, and we have to make some things happen on the offense side of the ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're going to try to move Rodney Stubbs back over to quarterback, but here we are again, back in play, and the Indians are in shotgun formation. They hand the ball off to the left. Running back cuts back to the right, and it looks like he has enough for the first down.
That was a nice tackle by number 53 for the Wolverines, but not before he got the first down. That was Thomas Shear on the tackle. That makes it 1st and 10 for Peters Township in Woodland Hills territory.
So it looks like the Indians are lined up in shotgun formation again. They have 4 wide receivers. With quarterback is flanked by running back, and they hand the ball off up the middle for a short gain of about 2 yards.
And that play right there they just ran, that's setting them up for something else. That's setting the Wolverines up for something else, and I would hope that they would read that.
I wouldn't
That
be
makes it 2nd and 8.
right. I wouldn't be surprised to see a pass here by the Indians over the top. They've been lulling the Wolverines to sleep with this run game. Sooner or later, I think they're going to go over the top, and they're in shotgun formation again with 4 wides. And the snap was a little high. He hands the ball off to the left. Running back runs up, and he breaks through the couple tackles. He's off. He's down at the 20-yard line, into the 15-yard line, taken down by a host of Wolverines.
Craig, that was a nice play by the running back, number 1. That's Vincent Serini. But I also say it was a lot of arm tackling, a lot of grabbing and not wrapping, reaching. And so he was breaking tackles for a nice game.
Yeah, that was a great gain for the Indians. look like they're taking a page out of Bethel Park's playbook last week, and they're starting to impose their will again on the Wolverines, who don't seem to have a will right now.
Yes, they have them gasping for air right now running this no huddle.
And it's a shotgun, and there's a pass play, and it's to the right-hand corner, and it's a touchdown. Touchdown for the Indians, number 5.
Mr. Thomas, didn't we just call that? Josh Casilli gets the touchdown pass from the quarterback from Peters Township. We just said it was law on them to sleep, and then they were going to throw the ball, and they did exactly that for the touchdown.
And it's a no huddle again. They're going for a 2-point conversion, and they look like they have a bunch to the left, and now they shift. Looks like they're now going to go for the kick, the extra point. So that was a great series for the Indians. It looked like they drove down the field, and the kick is up, and the kick is good.
And that makes the score Peters Township 12, Woodland Hills 0. And we are here at the Roxamore Sports Network live, and we'll be right back. We'd like to welcome you here back at George A. Novak Field at the famous Wolvarena, where we have a great matchup tonight with the Woodland Hills Wolverines against Peters Township, and we're about to kick it off in the second quarter.
It's a deep kick, and it looks like it's taken at the 5-yard line, and the receiver is up to the right-hand side, and he breaks through, and he has a slight crease, but he's taken down at about the 23-yard line. Not bad field position.
That's great field position, but we're in the second quarter with 10-14 left, and Peters Township has Woodland Hills 13-0, and so Woodland Hills has to answer the cowbell on this drive to put some points on the board, being deep in their own territory outside the 20-yard line.
Well, I'm not sure they can answer that bell, Sam, because the offense have been anemic at best. They haven't really put together any drives, so we'll see what they got. They come out in the spread formation, 4 wide receivers, and they try to run the ball again. And the Indians are ready. The Indians are ready for it. They are not going for the decoy move with the 4 wide receivers. It's not going to work.
Austin McKinnon, number 50 for Peters Township, had nothing to do with the spread. Just bursted right in, on contact, made the hit soon as they handed the ball off. And it's hard to do anything if penetration is being like that in your backfield.
Maybe they should think about with that spread formation, maybe just throw the ball out to one of the receivers and see if he can make a play and break free this Indian defense. So it's a shotgun formation, and they turn and throw a ball out. It's a small bubble screen, and the bubble is burst.
That was a pass of a bubble screen, but his receivers have to block.
Yeah, it looks like the receivers weren't able to hold him out, and no gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about 15 deep in their own territory, losing right now 13-0. Woodland Hills is going to have to make a play in order to stay in this game. The Indians are really starting to turn it up.
They're pinning their ears back now, and they're blowing things up on the other side of the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun
They only
formation.
have 3 rushers right now.
Shotgun formation. He's back to pass. He has all day, and he runs up, and he just throws the ball up, and it is up for grabs, and it falls down on about the 50-yard line, incomplete.
Craig, I hate when they have a quarterback who's left-handed to roll out right. It confuses me sometimes. They have him roll out that way and want him to throw across his body as he's running the other way. But Jeffrey Williams tried to make a play. We give him an A for effort, and so now they have to punt the ball away deep in their own territory. They have to be cautious to not make a mistake.
Well, it looks like they're back to punt deep in their own territory. 4th down and about 15 yards to go. Snap is up and it's good. And the punt, it looks like a decent punt. They may get a bounce here, a fortuitous bounce. And it actually went dead at about the 47-yard line of the Indians. So they have great field position once again starting out.
We can't keep giving them this kind of field position and expect to win the game. With 8:31 left in the second quarter, Peters Township up 13. Woodland Hills 0. And so we have to make a defensive stand before Woodland Hills goes into the locker room. We have a lot of time left. In the game.
So
we can change this thing around.
So yep.
They can change this thing around.
So the Indians are coming out again. Hey, you know, the Woodland Hills blood runs deep. We're not going to make excuses for being a part of this great tradition here, but right now, the play fake, and there's the shotgun and pass, looks like a bubble screen to the left, and the receiver breaks a couple tackles. And guess what, Sam? We have more laundry on the field.
We have another flag on the play. It was a great game for Peters Township with the bubble screen.
So we're going to see what the call will be here. The referees huddle up on the left hash mark, and they're talking about, looks like it may be against the Indians.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. First down.
Holding on Peters Township, which brings that play back.
Yeah, that nullified a great play. Looks like the Indians had old Mo on their side there. And so they're going to come back to the line of scrimmage with the no huddle once again. Looks like they have 4 wide receivers. They have the Wolverines spread out. Shotgun formation. He snaps the ball, fakes the ball up the middle, throws a middle screen short into the ground. Try to throw a middle screen there. Good play design, but not successful.
It was a good play that they called, but the pressure was there, and the quarterback tried to make a play. That makes it 2nd and 11.
So as we look at the play for the first half so far, it looks like two different teams. You know, the Woodland Hills team look like they're reeling and going in the wrong direction. Looks like the Indians are getting better and stronger. So we got a shotgun formation here, and the quarterback is back. He takes the ball down, and it looks like the ball is loose again. I'm not sure who recovered it.
Strip sack by the Wolverines by Stubbs in there on the play.
Oh, it looks like Stubbs and McKinnon are getting fired up, and they also now it's going to bring up 3rd down and long for the Indians. So it looks like they're having some struggles on their offense. 3rd and about 16, 17 yards to go. So
you need a defensive stand right here.
I wouldn't be surprised if they go over the top here. Shotgun formation, fakes to the running back up the middle, and he down the deep, and the receiver is wide open on a post pattern. Did we call that or not?
How can you not know it's 3rd and forever that they're going to pass a play? In most high school football games, it's won in the C gap in the running game and at the hash in the passing game.
Yeah, it looks like the Indians have really taken control of this game right now. They're lined up in the shotgun formation, no huddle, 4 receivers, and they fake the ball. They hand the ball up the middle to the running back. He breaks through, spins off a couple tacklers, and he's taken down at the 19-yard line of Woodland Hills.
That's Ryan Majinski, number 35, with a nice run as he takes the handoff and he cuts back and finds daylight. That makes it 1st and 10 for Peters Township.
So they continue on with this no huddle, 4 receiver formation, quarterback flanked by running back. He hands the ball off to the running back on left. He cuts up, and he makes 1 or 2 Wolverine defenders miss, and he gains about 5 to 6 yards. A positive play.
That's Adrian Williams on the carry, number 20 for Peters Township, and he bounced it out to the outside and cut it back in, made a quick, nifty move and cut it inside.
Yeah, it looks like Looks like the Wolverines are going to have to make another play here if they want to stay in this game before the half. We have about 6 minutes left in the half. The Wolverines are are losing to the Indians 13-0. It's like shotgun formation, hands off to the running back, going up the left side again for a short gain. Looks like a gain of about 2 yards. So it's going to bring up a third down. Third down on a short 3 or a long short 3 yards to go. So we'll see what the Indians draw up right now.
That was good penetration from Woodland Hills on the defense. Adrian had to make a move in the backfield, spun up, got over across the line of scrimmage.
Shotgun formation. Looks like the Indians are back to pass, and they dump it off to the running back. Looks like he's out of the backfield. Picks up the first down, and he's down at about the 6-yard line.
That's Ryan Clark on that pitch and catch. First and goal from the 6, and there's wholesale changes for Peters Township.
So they bring in a host of fresh players, and they're lined up somewhat of a tight formation. One wide receiver to the right, and looks like they hand the ball off, and he has taken down with little or no gain.
That was great penetration by Antoine Meredith, bursting in the backfield for the Wolverines. Somebody has to make a play.
Yep, looks like the Indians are lined up at the line of scrimmage again. One wide receiver, they're sticking with this tight formation. I'm not sure why they would go away from the formation of the spread formation that was working so well, but they have, and Woodland Hills is lined up. What do you see from Woodland Hills on the defense? Or you think they'll be able to stop them?
If they would get some penetration, they just slid over like they were supposed to, but it's the cutback.
All right, it looks like the running back was a handoff to the running back up the middle. He tried to make a move to the right and cut back up to the left, and he was taken down at about the 5-yard line. Third down and goal.
It's third down and goal, and the Wolverines are making a defensive stand. Now they have to finish.
Well, they have to be gassed. I'd be interested to see what the time of possession is at the halftime, because I'm sure the Indians have had the ball for majority of the time. So we have a timeout on the field right now. The Indians take a timeout.
Yes, they take a timeout. And so the coaches have to talk about what they're going to do with the score being Peters Township 13, Woodland Hills Wolverines 0 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds left. Third and goal from the 5 for Peters Township. Woodland Hills has to make a stop. Woodland Hills has to make a stop before the half.
Well, I'm not sure what they're going to do here, Sam. The Wolverines, if they let the Indians score on this one, they may have to pull some players out of the band, get some help, call in the replacements.
What I would say is we have to be leery about what Peters Township is going to call right now. Screen, draw, fade pattern to the end zone. We have to be leery what they're going to call. Woodland Hills has to be leery what they're going to call.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that I'd be surprised if the Indians don't come out no huddle and with 4 wides again and spread them out and run the ball like they've been doing, consistent with their game plan for the entire game. So I look forward to them coming out right now as they take the field, and we'll see what set they have. And we'll see what Woodland Hills does to counteract this freight train that's coming down the track at them right now.
Yes, it is third down. So this is 4 down territory, so they probably will run the ball.
So they have a tight formation, shotgun, motion going to the right, and he fakes the ball, and he throws the ball in a slant pattern. Touchdown. Easy pitch and catch.
Easy pitch and catch. Play action. Touchdown pass. As he cuts right in front of the defender. The cushion was too much. Touchdown, Peters Township, who brings the score 19 for Peters Township, 0 for Woodland Hills, with 3:36 left in the second quarter.
So it looks like Peters Township is lining up for the extra point. They start out in the split formation, spread out, and they shift back to a normal formation. And the hike is up, and the kick is up, and the kick is good.
The kick is good, which brings us to 20 for Peters Township, 0 for Woodland Hills with 3:36 left in the game. I mean, in the first half. And so, Craig, we put ourselves in a hole, and so there has to be some adjustments done at halftime, but we still have time to bring them to punch it in to get a score in before we go into the lobby.
Well, I would hope that Woodland Hills would make some adjustments at halftime, but to be honest, Sam, I'm not sure what adjustments they can make. I'm not sure they have the manpower to come out and really make a play and do anything about this Peters Township Indians. This Indian team, they look like they're working like a finely oiled machine, and Wolverines just don't have the manpower to contend with them.
So, Mr. Thomas, you think they don't have the manpower, or do you think it's hard, or do you think that it's...
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is, but I just haven't seen much fight here with the Wolverines. They're lined up for the kick, and Indians kick off. It's a short kick, and it's taken at about the 20-yard line. The running back is up, across the 20 to the 25, breaks a couple tackles. He's still running, spins, and he's taken down at about the 29-yard line.
That's Brooks on the reception. Takes it out to the 27. First down and 10 for the Wolverines.
I mean, short of the Wolverines maybe getting some players out of the band, maybe they should do some type of rain dance or something and hope for the best right now.
I would say it's 4 quarters. And so they still have some fight in them. They still have some pride in them that they would want to answer this.
Shotgun formation. It's a short pass off to the right side, and the receiver picks the ball up. He makes a person miss, and he spins out of bounds. First down. That was a great play call. Where's that been all day?
That's a great play call. Great pass by Jeffrey Williams. First and 10 for the Wolverines. We might have something going here, some momentum going here.
So, Sam, what did we talk about? We asked them where was the short passing game. Just do short passes if you can't go deep. Throw the ball short and hope make a person miss and pick up some positive yards. So we'll see how the Indians respond to the Wolverines coming out, making an adjustment. So the Wolverines come out of the huddle with 4 wides again, shotgun formation, motion on the right side, and he hands the ball off, look like a jet sweep. He has defenders in the backfield. He sheds a tackle, but he's taken down for a loss of about 6 yards.
I'm a firm believer in running north and south and not east and west. And if you call that play right there, you call it, you set it up for that. You just don't call it, especially after a play that we just ran and got positive yardage, and then you call that right then and there.
Yeah, I didn't really feel like that play was set up, but once again, it goes up back to execution. You have to be able to execute the plays. So they're back. Woodland Hills is out. Shotgun formation. Looks like almost the ball's on the ground. The quarterback, Jeffrey Williams, picks it up. He runs to the right, and he's taken down for a loss. Again, that was that play didn't look very well.
No, the execution is poor right now. And so maybe we might need to go up under center. Maybe we might need to go to traditional football.
Yeah, it looks like the Wolverines are going the wrong way right now. Looks like the Indians are once again taking control of this game. With 2 minutes left on the clock, right before half, they're still leading. The Indians are up 20-0 here at the Wolvarena. This is not what the Wolverines are used to, I'm sure, especially not at home. So this is a 4-receiver set, motion, and he hands off to the running back going to the right, and he's taken down for another loss.
Peters Township has pinned their ears back with the disrespect of any formation they come out, and they're just coming, shooting the gaps with a total disregard of who's in front of them.
So we have a timeout on the field right now. The Indians have taken a timeout. Looks like it's 4th down and 22. The Wolverines are going backwards. So I'm not sure what the adjustment will be. Maybe they should hope to take a knee or try to help run the clock out and get to halftime and try to make some adjustments.
We have a score with the Peters Township 20, Woodland Hills 0 with 1:30 left. We're at a timeout that Woodland Hills is trying to draw something up. Maybe we can get some, maybe they can get some points on the board. Well, it's very frustrating to come to this famous stadium where so much has happened here and to see the product that is on the field right now.
Well, one thing's for sure, Sam, it's great to be here on Roxamore Sports doing a live show here at the Wolvarena, and they're back to punt, and it looks like a short kick, and the kick is off, and it bounces at about the 47-yard line, and it looks like the Indians are going to get great field position with about 1:24 left on the clock. So do you think they'll come out and try to put more points on the board?
Most definitely. I believe that they will try to put more points on the board and go in up either, with a field goal or another touchdown. I absolutely believe that they will continue to try to score right now with 1:24 left. That's a lifetime in high school football.
Well, I'm not sure, but short of putting you out there, putting the lumberjack out there, I'm not sure what the defense is going to do for Woodland Hills. You may have to get out there and suit up.
Also on the offensive side of the ball, they might have to put you back in.
And the Indians are back to pass, and they're going deep, and there's no one out there. And it looks like the ball is 1st and 10. They go deep, and they throw the ball deep, and it's intercepted. Looks like they may escape this this first half without giving up any further points.
That's William Clark on the interception. That's William Clark with the interception for the Wolverines. Craig, I told you they was going to try to come out and try to put points on the board.
As they did. They went, the first play, they went deep, and they tried to test the defense, and Will Clark came out, and he made a great play. It was almost like the ball was thrown directly to him. It was a great play by the defender. So Woodland Hills is in shotgun formation again, trips to the left, one receiver to the right, and they hand the ball up off the middle, and it looks like Will Clark in the backfield again. I'm not sure, but yeah, it looks like Will Clark has received the ball, and he's back at running back again. So that was a good run, positive yards, 6 yards on first down.
That was a nice burst over the right side of the line for Will Clark. It got great yardage, but there's a timeout on the play.
So I was just wondering, Sam, wonder why we didn't see Will Clark for most of the first half at running back.
I don't know if he was being disciplined or if he had an injury, if there's something wrong with him. I'm not sure, but I'm glad to see him now. Hopefully that we can make something happen with the score. Woodland Hills 20, Peters Township 20.
Yeah,
Woodland Hills 0.
Yes.
With a minute 10 left.
Woodland Hills is lining up on the ball. Looks like they're going to try to make sure they try to get some points on this in this half. So it's second down and 3 yards to go. Lined up, and we have more laundry on the field. So they're going to back up the Wolverines here. So it's going to be second down and about 8 yards to go. That positive play they had. They come back and just give back the yardage that they gained on that first positive play they had. Shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers, and he's back to pass. Jeffrey Williams back to pass. He rolls to the right, he rolls to the left, and now he's scrambling around in the backfield, and he eludes a couple tacklers, and he breaks off to the left, cuts up the middle, and he is taken down by a host of Indians.
Jeffrey Williams was trying to find some room on a scramble, running left and right, made some nifty moves, made something negative to a positive play. That makes it 3rd and 7 for the Wolverines.
Yeah, it looks like he ran about 30 yards and he gained about 5 yards. So now it's looking like it's going to be a little shorter than that, maybe a 3rd and about 4. But it's 26 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure if they're going to. They may just let this clock run out here, but they're lined up. Shotgun formation, trips to the right, and Mr. Williams rolls out to the right. He looks downfield as he's trying to throw the ball, and he throws the ball. Almost was picked off, almost threw it directly to the defender.
Jeffrey Williams was trying to make something happen on the rollout.
Incomplete. 6.8 seconds left.
6.8 seconds left here before the halftime. Peters Township 20, Woodland Hills 0.
It's looked like Woodland Hills is lined up in punt formation. If I was the Indians, I would come after it. I'd go after the punt right now. 4th down and 4. You're leading 20-0. I would go after the punt. You had nothing to lose. It was a high snap, and the punt is up, and it's a short punt. Ball bounces at about the 45-yard line and rolls down to the Peters Township 38-yard line. That's the end of the half.
And that's the half here at the famous Wolvarena with George A. Novak Field, where Peters Township leads 20, Woodland Hills 0 at the half. And this is the Roxamore Sports Network, and we'll be right back.
We'll be back for an exciting second half.
Pardon me, ma'am. My Sound Wireless Delivery, the line edition?
Woodland Hills High School Marching Band and Visual Ensemble. Tonight we will be performing selections from our 2019 field show, The Music of Freedom. We hope you enjoy our performance. Drum Major Raven Brown, is your band ready? Woodland Hills, you may take the field for your performance.
No, because
The band is under the direction of Mr. Brian Hawkins. Our drum major is David Brown. Woodwind captain is Leon Roxamore. Brass captain is Ted Barry. Percussion captain is Alex Lott. Imaging captains are Ramir Powell and Cody Tyson. Band managers are Natalie Rico and Ian Keller. My name is Rita Gadania. Thank you for your attention this evening, and we hope you enjoyed our performance.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the last 40 seconds of halftime, I'd like to announce our 50-50 winner.
So we like to welcome you here at halftime at the Wolvarena at the George A. Novak Field, where Peters Township is up 20-0 on the Woodland Hills Wolverines. And we would like to talk about the summary of the game. So far, it's been all Peters Township, mixing it up with plays on passes, on cross bucks, out of the shotgun. And Craig, what kind of adjustments that Woodland Hills have to make to get back into this game?
Well, first of all, they're going to have to come out with some type of plan to slow down this train that they have on the Indians. Right now, the Indians offensively have just dominated the entire game. I think Woodland Hills is going to have to come out and blitz, and they're going to have to come out on offense. They're going to have to make some adjustments and get the ball to their four-star recruit receiver, Josh Rawlings. Haven't seen him throwing the ball one time this entire game. He's about 6'6", 252 pounds. I would try my best to get him the ball every opportunity I got and see if that leads to him breaking a tackle and maybe us getting Woodland Hills being able to get a good score.
Yeah, I would like to see him featured a little bit more in the offense and not just be used as a blocking back all the time, but also that he may be able to catch a tight end screen or a quick 5 and out, and as you said, break a tackle and maybe can take one to the house. And on the defensive side of the ball, we gotta change the line of scrimmage. So we're about to start the second half here at the Wolvarena.
We're back for the kickoff here, and Indians kick off to the Wolverines, and it's looked like a short kick, and it bounces at about the 32-yard line. It's taken out the Wolverine by the 34-yard line, so they're starting out with good field position. It looks like Wolverines will take over, so we're going to have to come out with Jeffrey Williams, and he's going to have to come out and do some short passes and try to get some momentum for the Wolverines here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what type of offense they come out, and what kind of adjustments they made.
Also, they're going to have to get Will Clark involved in the offense. Like they come out in shotgun formation, they fake the ball, and they hand the ball off to, I think that's Will Clark, going to the right-hand side for a loss of about 5 or 6 yards. So it doesn't look like they made an adjustment there, Sam. Look like they come out with the same game plan.
Well, they're trying to get Will Clark in the game plan, but as soon as you get a handoff, you have penetration by number 50 for Peters Township, and that is Austin McKinnon, and he's been playing on the other side of the ball all night.
So Woodland Hills comes out, shotgun formation, 3 wides to the left, and then it's a low snap, and Jeff Williams picks the ball up. He throws the ball deep, and he throws it. The receiver was covered. Good defense there by the Indians. Incomplete pass.
That was a pass by Jeffrey Williams, but I would want to see the pass being thrown more to the sideline than in the middle of the field, right where the defender was at. So, maybe running away from the defender, throwing a fade pattern or some sort, or again using Rollins in that play as well.
So we have a 3rd down and 14 yards to go, and we have, looks like we have a shotgun formation with 3 wides to the left, 1 to the right, and he's under pressure, and Jeffrey Williams is sacked in the backfield. Good defense by the Indians.
Jeffrey Williams tries to roll out to his left and got penetration from the backside, blew the play up, number 4 for Peters Township.
Jeffrey was actually, Mr. Williams was fortunate to hold on to that ball, Sam.
Yes, because he didn't see the pressure coming.
So
very fortunate.
Yep. So the Wolverines are back to punt now. Punt formation, 4th down and about 20, and the snap is up and the punt is short. It looks like it's going to take a bounce, and it bounced to the Indians receiver, and he takes it up the middle, makes a defender miss. He's up to about the 50-yard line.
Yes, he got the ball. He stutter-stepped a little bit, paused, and then he did a burst up the field, did a jitterbug move, got it out to the 50. That makes it 1st and 10 for Peters Township.
So we'll have to see what type of adjustments can be made here by the Woodland Hills defense. Right now they're losing. Peters Township is winning 20-0. 1st and 10 on the 50-yard line. 10 minutes and 22 seconds left. We'll see if the Indians come out again with their no-huddle offense. Looks like they're going to be content with staying with their game plan. They have 3 wide receivers, shotgun formation. First offense position, motion to the right. Hand the ball off to the right. Looks like the running back's up the field, makes a couple people miss. He's running, and he's down inside the Wolverine 35-yard line. So, great run.
That's Ryan Majinski on the run for Penn Trafford as he cuts back, bursts over the left side of the line and makes a cutback, makes a nifty move to get the 1st and 10 for Peters Township. Woodland Hills defense has to establish the line of scrimmage 3 yards back, but they're not doing that. They're being blown off the ball themselves, but they have to establish the line of scrimmage 3 yards back. They have to make a new line of scrimmage on defense.
Shotgun formation, motion to the left. Looks like a counter play up the middle. Receiver, running back gets the ball and goes over the left side, a gain of 3 yards. So it looks like the Indians are mixing it up, but they're sticking with their game plan here, no huddle.
Brooks made a nice play in the backfield, but he didn't wrap up. And so he hit him in the backfield, but that running back, number 35, you got to wrap him up for Peters Township. He's not going to be tackled on an arm tackle. You got to wrap him up. And he ended up making three more yards after contact.
So they're lined up again. 2 receivers off to the left. Motion to the right. Hands the ball off up the middle, going off right side, off tackle. And it looks like it's going to be a gain of about 3 or 4 yards. It looks like the Indians are content with shortening the game now. They're going to take some time off the clock and shorten the game with a big lead. And,
that's exactly what they're doing. They're content with that 3-yard run and eat up the clock, being up 20-0.
But if I was Woodland Hills, I wouldn't get too comfortable because I could see them faking the ball up the middle right now, going over the top for an easy touchdown to really put this game out of reach.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it looks like just as we called for, they faked the ball up the middle. It was a slant pass over the left side. Looked like there was a little contact early, but fortunately for the Wolverines, there's no laundry on the field.
Yes, it looked like the defender might have got there a little early, but like we just said, there wasn't no more laundry on the field. So
it looks like they're lining up to go for it. I wouldn't be surprised if they do go for it. They're up 20-0 with 8 minutes and 27 seconds left in the third period. They're lining up. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 wide receivers to the right. Quarterback is in shotgun formation, flanked by the running back to the left. We have motion. Looks like we have a timeout on the field right now.
Timeout on the field. Peters Township head coach didn't like what he was seeing on a 4th down play, even though being up by 20 in the third quarter, early in the third quarter, he's still looking to make a play.
So I'm looking forward to the Indians doing something creative here on 4th down. I would think that they would stick to their game plan and maybe continue to spread Woodland Hills out. But I think right now they're going to go for the jugular right now.
Yes, they are. They're going to keep their foot on the gas, and put this game out of reach without no hope, trying to dash the hope of the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Well, I'm not sure how much hope they have right now. They haven't showed even a hint of offense throughout the course of the game, and they're losing 20-0. So I think any score right now would pretty much put this game out of reach.
Yes, I agree.
So they're out of huddle, lined up, 4 receivers set. Same set, shotgun. Quarterback is flanked to the left with a running back. Motion from the right side, fakes it to the running back, throws the ball over the top, and it's a great defensive play.
That's a great defensive play by Will Clark. Will Clark hit that ball down. That was a great defensive play. Turnover on downs.
But just as we called for, they went over the top and tried to go for it. Will Clark came up, and he made a great defensive play. But we need to translate that to offense. As far as the Woodland Hills are concerned, they have to see some of that spunk or spontaneity on offense side of the field.
We have to put together a drive.
So Woodland Hills comes out again, shotgun formation, 3 receivers set, and it looks like they have a pitch off to the left side, and he has some open field, and he's up the sideline, and he is taken down at about the 45-yard line, so that's a gain of about 15 yards. Great break.
That's a nice play by Will Clark. Getting the toss, person off to the left side behind a host of blockers, and he outran a couple defenders. Woodland Hills, even though they're down 20-0, always comes out in the third quarter and plays a different brand of football.
Well, they're going to have to if they're going to make this a competitive game against the Indians. That was a great play by Will Clark. Woodland Hills is going to have to it's going to have to be a heavy dose of Will Clark this second half if they're going to get back in the game. And they hand the ball off to the right. Will Clark up the side. He presses the outside and shoots up the middle, and he's tackled for a gain of about 1 yard.
The blockers have to sustain their blocks on the play and not watch the game.
Well, I would also say that if you're playing against a defense that is very aggressive, that you would use that aggression of the defense against them and run plays that would help you, like run traps and run screens that would help you slow them down. So they're out in the shotgun formation again, and it's a low snap, and Jeff Williams picks the ball up. He rolls to the right, takes off to the left, and he has a lot of open field in front of him, and he runs, and he goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, 46-yard line. Looks like he's going to be just short 1 yard. Not sure why he wouldn't get the first down before going out of bounds.
Yes, I'm not sure why he wouldn't go for the first down. He might not have been aware of where the marker was, where the sticks was, but you definitely want to get the first down.
Yeah, that could
By
be
any means necessary.
Absolutely. That could be a mistake that could come back and haunt them if they have a negative play here. So it's third down and 1 yard to go. The Indians' defense is set. Wolverines come out with 3 wide receivers set, shotgun formation with the tailback behind the quarterback, hike, and they hand the ball off up the middle and look like he forges ahead for the first down.
That showed a little bit of intestinal fortitude to line up. Man, oh man. That's my brand of football.
Absolutely.
Being an offensive lineman myself at one time.
looks like Woodland Hills has made some type of adjustment, come out in the second half, finding a little daylight, moving the ball a little bit better here. Well, let's see what the Indians' adjustment will be. They'll come out in the shotgun formation once again. 3 wide receivers, quarterback, shotgun, hands the ball off, pitches the ball to the right, and he's met deep in his own territory. Loss of about 6 yards.
He tried to toss to the right side. That was Clark's. Instant pressure, instant penetration. We have a loss on the play. That makes it 2nd and 17.
So when they're chasing the sticks like this, they're behind the sticks. It makes it very difficult for them to keep this drive alive. So we'll see what play they draw up. Coach Boster, we see what play he calls out right now. Lined up again, 3 wide receiver set, shotgun formation. Snaps the ball, hands it. It's a reverse. Looks like the defender is there, and there's another defender. So doesn't look like the Indians were fooled by that. They were surprised by that. They were ready for that call.
They were ready for that call. They were ready for that call. So that makes it
third down and 22 yards.
3rd and 22.
So the Wolverines are going the wrong way.
They're going the wrong way. They are going the wrong way. They're shooting themselves in the foot.
So this would be a good time for Woodland Hills to come out and maybe try to get the ball to Mr. Rawlings and see if he can go up and make a play. And the ball snapped, and Jeffrey Williams picks the ball up, and he fumbles it, and he backpedals to about the 20-yard line. He throws the ball up, and the ball is basically in the sidelines. It goes out of bounds at about the 40-yard line.
I don't know when the last game I've ever watched when I seen the ball being bobbled as many times as we've seen it tonight.
Well, so far, Woodland Hills came out and tried to move the ball in the second half a little bit better, but had some negative plays that stalled this drive. So right now they're back to punt. The Indians should stand to get pretty good field position. And we'll see. The punt is up, and the punt is going to be bounced at about the 35-yard line and roll dead about the 24-yard line, and that's where the Indians will take over.
So the score is 20 Peters Township, 0 Woodland Hills, with 4:56 left in the third quarter, 1st and 10. Peters Township at their 30-yard line, at their 25-yard line, correction.
So it looks like Wolverine defense is out there. They're set. We'll see what they can do, if they can come up with another stop here and try to keep the team in the game as much as they are. But the Indians are running out, and they look motivated.
Yes, they're putting themselves behind the 8 ball.
So it looks like the Indians are in shotgun formation. 4 wide receivers once again, consistent with their game plan. 4:56 left in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, motion to the right, fakes the ball up the middle, throws the ball to the receiver coming around, and he's taken down, and that's a great play there.
That's a great play on the defense of the Wolverines. That's Brooks, Mr. Brooks in there on the play. That was a great read.
Also looked like Rodney Stubbs, too, that was in on that play as well.
There's 3 facets of the game.
So it looks like the Indians are lined up again with the no huddle. Same formation, 4 wides, 2 split left, 2 split right. Running back hands the ball off with the running back going to the left side. He breaks up the middle, and he eludes a couple tacklers, and he gains it about 5 or 6 yards.
Majewski on the carry. And this Majewski is a hard back to tackle, and he's breaking a lot of tackles, and it's a lot of yards. It's a lot of yards after the tackle. The first 2 tackles he's breaking. It's a lot of arm tackling.
Yeah, they're getting the Indians are getting plenty of yards off the contact, and that's because the Wolverines are not wrapping them up here. So they're going to have to go back to the drawing board. Maybe I have to do some tackling drills over the week, or come up with some way of getting getting people down when you make contact. Shotgun formation, it looks like he's back to pass, gets a little pressure up the middle, and he's taken down for a loss of about 4 yards. So it's going to be a 4th down. The defense is coming out for the Wolverines, looking motivated to make a play here, but we still haven't seen any offense yet. So we're looking for the Wolverine offense to show up.
Yes, that was number 51. He also had a host of other Woodland Hills players. That was great penetration on the defense.
So it looks like the Indians are back to punt. The punt is a little high, and he runs. He's a soccer-style punt, and he punts the ball up, and it's taken, and he is hit immediately. May have been hit a little early, but he's taken down immediately at about the 44-yard line, 43-yard line.
That was Armani Bailey. That was a dangerous. He was trying to make something happen, though, for the Woodland Hills Wolverine. We have a player down on the field.
All right, so as we take a pause for this injury right now, I'm not sure what we can look for. Actually, there's 2 players down. We have an Indian down at about the 31-yard line, and then we have a Wolverine down at about the 45-yard line. So as we break away here, we thank you for joining us tonight, Roxamore Sports Network, and thank you for joining us, and we'll be right back. try to use him as a blocker.
First down and 10. Folks, spice it up. If you're hungry, and you're sitting on the bottom.
On Roxamore Sports Network, here live at the Wolvarena, along with you have Craig Thomas, along with Sam the Lumberjack Timbers. The Wolverines are in a battle right now, a losing battle to the Peters Township Indians. They are losing right now 20-0 with 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Woodland Hills have lined up and they fumble the ball. Looks like they're going to have a stop of play here. We had an injury on the play, and
Tywan Milton.
looks like he walked off with some assistance there from trainers. And so it looks like the previous play was run, and the quarterback, Mr. Williams, went down, took a knee, and lost 2 yards. So it looks like it's going to be a 2nd and 12, second and long.
He did go up under center, and he still fumbled the snap. And so there's something going on between the center and the quarterback and center quarterbacks exchange.
Maybe they need a few more reps during practice. What do you think? So it looks like they're under center now, traditional, and it took a pitch off to the right, and Will Clark makes a person miss, and he takes off up the right side, and he has a positive gain. He gains it maybe about a 10-yard gain for Will Clark. But Williams avoided the sack. There was instant pressure on him, and Clark takes the ball out for about a 10-yard gain.
Instant pressure up the A-gap. And as an offensive lineman, you don't let nobody come on your inside shoulder, across your face. And that was instant pressure of both A-gaps.
So it looks like we have a 3rd down and 2 yards to go. We'll see what formation they come out, and looks like a normal I formation. The quarterback is under center, 2 wide receivers, and they go back and he hands the ball off to looks like Will Clark going over the right side, but I'm not sure that he got the first down. Sam, what do you see?
It's going to be very close. But the marker's already on 4th down.
Well, we know that the horse is out the barn, so they don't have anything to lose. They may as well go for it, right?
Right.
Being down 20-0 here in the third quarter with about 50 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure. We'll see what type of play call they come up with. I formation, 2 wide receivers set, snap, and the quarterback is up for a quarterback sneak. It looks like he breaks out of the pack, and he gets down to about the 38-yard line.
That was Jeffrey Williams on the carry. Got stood up, but Peters Township didn't wrap it. He bounced to the outside and turned nothing into something, and a gain of 10 and a first down for the Wolverines.
Well, it looks like the Indians are pretty happy with their lead. They're just trying not to make any big mistakes here and hold the Wolverines without scoring. So Jeffrey Williams back to pass. He throws the ball all the way down deep on the left side, and he overthrows the receiver at about the 3-yard line.
That was a pass deep for Scipio. It was a little bit of contact, but no flag on the play. He overthrew him.
I'm surprised there. Jeffrey Williams showed great arm strength there. I didn't know that
Joshua Rawlings was wide open down the seam on that play. I wish he would have looked, checked down to his 2nd or 3rd receiver.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're not going to this 4-star recruit that they have at tight end and making sure that he gets the ball. They hand the ball off up the middle to the running back going off the right side. Once again, negative play, a loss of about 4 yards.
This number 50, Austin McKinney for Peters Township, is playing on the other side of the ball all night.
All right, so the end of the third quarter, we are heading into the fourth quarter. Peters Township still leads. The score is 20, Woodland Hills 0.
And so this brings us to the fourth quarter here at the Wolvarena, and we have to see in this quarter, we at least got to put some points on the board.
Yeah, absolutely. You look to see a competitive game out of Woodland Hills. It's not normal to see a team come in here Woodland Hills, we know they're having some struggles with some players that are ineligible. They had a few injuries, but it's always been next man up here at the Wolvarena. And right now, this is not what I've been accustomed to seeing out of the Wolverines over the years. And I'm not sure how we're going to right the ship here for the Wolverines, but they're going to have to do something to try to right the ship. Now, on the other side, the Indians are looking good. They're looking good. They have dominated this game in every facet, and they have to go on and continue their season, undefeated season, and they're making a strong case to take over this conference lead.
Yes, they are. They came off an impressive win. They beat Upper St. Clair just last week, 29-20. Now they come into the Wolvarena and has them blanked going into the fourth quarter.
So I wouldn't be surprised here to see the Indians come up here and try to make a big stand here and then just continue to milk the clock down. But it looks like third down. We just had a timeout here.
On the field in Peters Township.
I'm not sure what happened there. It must have been some type of confusion because we just had a timeout for the change of the quarter, so I'm not sure why they would need to come out and call another timeout.
I'm not sure of that either. I was confused about it too. You know, maybe it was too many players on the field, or maybe they didn't want the penalty. I can understand coming out, you know, with the stoppage of play, changing the quarter, and then calling a timeout, being up 20-0 too as well.
Right. So Woodland Hills is going to have to go in here. They're going to have to score. If they have any hope, any chance, even a glimmer of hope of trying to get back into this game, they're going to have to score here. So I'm not sure, but if it was me, I'd be calling up a play right now, getting Mr. Rollins in the game. I'd be getting him the ball right now. And Woodland Hills is lined up in the shotgun formation. Jeffrey Williams rolls to the left, and he looks like he tucks the ball underneath, and he runs upfield, and he gets out of bounds at about the 34-yard line for a gain of about 5 yards.
It was a lot of pressure early. Watching the offensive line, I see Peters Township is bursting through the gaps. The 2 technique and the 3 technique are bursting through the gaps, not giving Williams a lot of time.
So we're off. We're out of the huddle. Woodland Hills at the line of scrimmage. 4th down and 5. Look like we got a bunch formation to the right, and we have a pitch off to the right, and the running back comes up and he takes the ball, and he doesn't even get close to the first down. I'm not sure about that call.
Mr. Thomas, that makes it frustrating to see a toss on 4th down and about 4 or 5 to go.
5 yards to go. 5 yards to go. 4th and 5.
You know how the game has been going already. Why not just throw a little down and out, or the tight end rolls off his block, hit Mr. Rollins, let him make a move? Why not throw wide receiver screen in the middle, bubble screen or something outside in space?
So we're back to the play again with the Indians in shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Hand the ball off to the running back off the right side. He breaks up the middle. He's still up and running, and he's taken down after a gain of about 13 yards.
Jiski on the carry, tackled by Meredith, but not before first down yardage.
So it looks like the Indians are content with just grinding this out here and getting out of the Wolvarena with a great stout victory.
Yes, Jiski is running hard.
So they're at the line of scrimmage again. Same set, 3 wide receivers, shotgun formation. Hands the ball off to Majinski again. It looks like he was hit around the head by a defender, but there's no flag on the play, so no gain as well.
That was a nice tackle by Rodney Stubbs for no gain on that play. We have some flashes of defense, some flashes of good plays, but we got to put them together for a whole game.
So the Indians are in shotgun formation. They fake the pass. There's pressure on the quarterback. and he's taken down for a loss.
The mysterious number 51 on the sack for the Wolverines.
Well, I'm not sure who that was. It was number 51 on the Wolverines. Not on the roster, so I'm not sure who he was, but it was a great play by him.
Yes, we're not sure who he is, but he's made a couple great plays tonight. The mysterious number 51 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. That makes it 3rd and 18 now.
For the Indians, they're in shotgun formation. I'm sure they'll probably be going up top right here, trying to pick up the first down. He backed the pass, and he's pressured. Throws the ball across the middle, short pass, and it's completed for a gain of about 3 yards.
That was a good play for Will Clark on that play. So it should be turnover on downs.
So it looks like it's going to be a 4th down punt here for the Indians. They're content with, like I said, just grinding this clock out, keeping the clock running. We're down under 10 minutes left to go in this game. 8 minutes and 47 seconds. The Indians up 20-0. Punt, soccer-style punt. He runs to the right, kicks the ball up high to the Wolverines. It bounces off a Wolverine, and it looks like the Indians recover it. The Wolverine did not see the ball. Did you see that, Sam?
Yes, it was a stalker-style kick, and he kicked it very high, and it came down and it hit a Woodland Hills player in his helmet. Peters Township recovers it, retains possession. That makes it 1st and 10 in Woodland Hills territory.
So, yep, it looks like the Indians have recovered it. They're going to take over at the Woodland Hills. They're going to take over at the Woodland Hills 44-yard line. So they got a new set of downs. Shotgun formation, 3 wide receiver set. Take the ball up the middle, hands off to the running back up Majewski up the middle. No gain. Looks like a loss of about a yard.
That's Michael Jones on the tackle number 50 as he burst on the other side of the line of scrimmage and made contact right after the handoff. That's about the first time I've seen Majewski being hit and fell backwards on tonight. He's normally been running through tackles and making some great plays.
Yep. So time is ticking. The Indians are in shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers. Fake the ball up the middle. He throws the ball over the middle to the receiver, wide open, and he drops it at about the 40-yard line.
Fortunate for Woodland Hills that he dropped that ball because he had some running room after he made the catch. That makes it 3rd and 11 with about 7 minutes and 57 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Peters Township in Woodland Hills territory, just outside the 45-yard line.
Shotgun formation, 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Throws the ball wide open. The receiver is wide open as he goes in for the score. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Put them to bed, tuck them away. The game is over.
You can start counting sheep. That brings the score 26. Peters Township, Woodland Hills 0, with a great pass by the quarterback of Peters Township. Hit the receiver down the seam, wide open.
So that's what happens, Sam. They ran them, they run the ball up the middle so much. Oh, they actually go for 2. It looks like the Indians tried to go for 2 here. I'm not sure why, but the 2-point conversion was failed. But they pretty much lulled the Wolverines to sleep with all those run plays up the middle with Majewski. He's been running hard all night, and they just faked the ball to him and hit the receiver down the seam for an easy touchdown.
You know what's very disrespectful? That they go for 2. They were up 26-0 with 7 minutes and 48 seconds left, and they went for 2.
Well,
on your home field.
It's clear that the Indians are sending a message to the Wolverines.
Yes, they are.
So I'm not sure if they're listening. I'm not sure if they got the ears on. But the message is loud and clear.
The message is loud and clear. And the message is, it's our turn.
Right. So we'll see what happens here. Maybe the Wolverines can come out and get some positive plays here to end the game and maybe have something to build on for next week because they have a big game next week against Upper St. Clair at Upper St. Clair. And so that's going to be another stiff test. And somehow you got to right the train here and get it going in the right direction.
Yes, we do. We have to go. Woodland Hills have to go and regroup.
And Peters Township kicks the ball off deep. Is taken on the left hash up the sideline. And he runs up the left and he loses a couple tacklers. And he's taken down at about the 37-yard line.
But this game right here, right now, and this drive is about pride. Do you have any pride in you to go down and put some scores on, put some points on the board right now? It's all about pride. And do you still have that?
Well, we'll see here. Woodland Hills has not had an opportunity to really penetrate this Indian defense deep in their own territory all night. So I'm looking to see what's going to be different here. They come out with a 4 wide receiver set, spread, shotgun formation, and they fake the ball up. And Jeffrey Williams takes off to the left side, and he runs down, looks for about a gain of 9 or 10 yards. It's a good play, a good run, but
it's a good play, and it's a good run, as you just stated. And I like Jeffrey Williams because he's showing some heart and some grit right now. And he's a nice athlete himself.
But 7 minutes and 29 seconds left in the clock and counting. Down 26-0. You're going to need some chunk plays to try to make a headway on this this uphill challenge you have. Shotgun formation. Hands the ball off up the middle. And he breaks a tackle and breaks off the left. Looks like Will Clark has some room. And he's up the left-hand sideline, and he gains about 14 yards on.
Brooks on a carry for first down yardage. Broke a couple tackles.
Yeah, that was a great run by Mr. Brooks there. That was a great run. Went up the middle on the left-hand side of the line and made a couple defenders miss and broke up the sideline for a great gain. But again, the clock is moving. We're under 7 minutes here at the Wolvarena on Roxamore Sports Network, live with my counterpart, Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers, and there's a handoff to the right, and the running back takes up, and he breaks a couple tackles, and it's a short gain of 3 yards.
And a handoff to Brooks again, and he bursts over the right side, spins back to the left side, gets tripped up, gained 2 yards on the play. That makes it 2nd and 8 here at the Wolvarena.
I would love to see the Wolverines try to get the ball deep. I mean, again, they have this 4-star tight end and Josh Rawlings, and we have not seen him targeted one time today. And, oh, my. It's almost picked off. It was almost a pick six. Jeffrey Williams took the pass out of shotgun formation, threw the ball all the way across the field to the right hash mark, and it was almost taken the other way for a pick six.
Now here's what they need to call off of that. They need to fake that bubble screen and send Rollins low. That's what they need to call off of that, Craig.
Well,
3rd down and 8.
I'm not sure why they're not doing it, but we have Rollins flanked all the way far to the right, shotgun formation. Looks like we got motion. Looks like it's going to be encroachment defense, so it's going to be 3rd down. And about 3 yards to go for the Wolverines.
5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
So that's a good break for the Wolverines to gain that penalty yardage. Makes this 3rd down attempt a little bit easier. So we'll see what they come out with here. We'll see what Coach Tim Bosick has drawn up on the board. 4 wide receivers, shotgun formation, fakes the ball, off to the left. Williams is running off to the left. He takes the ball up to the left side, and we have more laundry on the field.
He's inside the 15. We have some laundry on the play.
Looks like it's going to be holding downfield. The receiver was out there blocking, trying to create space for his quarterback, but it looks like they're going to be bringing it back the other way. We'll see what they call.
I think it was blocking in the back. We'll see the call.
So with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left here at the Wolverena.
Holding. Offense. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 3rd down.
There's a holding call.
Gentlemen, Boston
on the Wolverines, a 10-yard penalty, which they're going to march the ball back. But 26, score right now is 26. The Indians 26 and the Wolverines 0. Wolverines are driving, third down, 3 yards to go. So have you seen any, just a semblance of life here out of the Wolverines?
Well, this drive, I've been impressed that they have driven it down, but we have to finish it by punching it in.
Well, we'll see if they can do it. We got 4 wide receiver set. Hands the ball off to the right side. Running back makes a couple people miss, and he's met by a host of defenders on the right side by the Indians.
Tackled by Casilli and Sirianni.
The Indians were led by Casilli and Sirianni on defense. It's going to be fourth down, a loss of about 3 yards on that play.
That was Dante Grant on the carry. You got a fresh set of legs in that running back trying to make something happen. But Peters Township wasn't having it.
Well, it looks like the Indians were in heavy pursuit of the Wolverines, but just running the ball is not going to get it. Shotgun formation. We have a bunch to the left. Mr. Williams takes off running and not sure that he's going to get to the first down. He's taken down short of first down yardage. Be a turnover on downs.
Turnover on downs, and that play right there sums it up for it all, where you just conceded to.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they wouldn't even try to throw the ball. I mean, didn't even attempt to throw the ball. I mean, I'm not sure. It's very tough sledding when you're content with trying to run the ball and the defense knows you're going to run the ball. But to the Indians' credit, they've been prepared for the run all night and they've stopped it.
Yes, the game plan for the Indians has been well executed tonight on all facets of the game, offense and defense.
So 5 minutes and 4 seconds left here at the Wolvarena. The Wolverines are losing to the Peters Township Indians 20-0. Peters Township is on offense. They hand the ball off to the left side. Running back gets the ball, gains of about 3 yards. Tonight wasn't really a good showing for the Wolverines.
It's not a good showing when you come on your home field after a loss and then to be blanketed 26-0 with 4 minutes and 41 seconds left and not to even put points on the board.
Yeah, but to the credit of the Indians, they came out with a solid game plan, and they have executed all night consistently. Oh, look, just as we say that, we have a snap over the head of the quarterback, and he falls on it, and he's taken down. Oh, and the Wolverines get the ball. Just as we talked about the Indians and how they have been, pretty good with taking care of the ball, mistake-free football, they actually make a mistake. High snap by the center.
It went over the quarterback's head, recovered by Mr. Brooks. And so it's first down and 10 for the Wolverines deep in Peter Township Indians territory, just inside the 20-yard line. And hopefully Woodland Hills can make good.
Well, this is the first time they've been this deep into the Indians territory all night, so we'll see what they draw up. If it's going to be more of the same, I'm not sure they're going to score here. So they're going to shotgun formation, fake the handoff to the left, and Jeffrey Williams is still running. He breaks about 4 tackles, and he goes inside the 15 down to about the 12-yard line.
Jeffrey Williams has some grit and some heart, and I see why they keep running him, because he's making positive things happen. So that makes it 6 yards on the play. So it's 2nd and 4, 3 minutes and 53 seconds left in the game.
So I'm still waiting on Coach Bosser to call up a play for Josh Rawlings here. Shotgun formation, hands the ball off, tries the left side again. Looks like a short gain. It's going to be third down and about long 2 yards or a short 3 yards to go.
Yes, I was hoping the play calling that he just called is setting something up. I would hope so.
Would you think he'd be setting it up for like next week?
For Rawlings.
I'm not sure what's he going to set it up for with 3 minutes left to go in the game. Shotgun formation, hands the ball off up the middle. I'm not sure. He made a couple people miss here. Looks like Brooks may have the first down, but with 3 minutes left to go on the clock.
Taylene Brooks, 6'1", 174 pounds, running hard off the left side. That makes it 1st and goal for the Wolverines.
All right, here we go. The Wolverines are in the huddle, coming out slow. There's no sense of urgency. 2 minutes and 50 seconds left on the clock. It looks like they're lined up, shotgun formation. The Indians are moving around defenders, shifting over the way, and they throw a pass up in the left-hand corner. They finally targeted Rollins. First target all day.
They finally passed to Rollins. It was an errant pass, though, and it was to the short side of the field, and the pass wasn't thrown to where he can high point the ball. He got twisted up a little bit. But I would go right back to him again.
2nd down and goal for the Wolverines. Shotgun formation. You have trips to the right, one receiver to the left, and the quarterback takes the snap, and he reverses field, tries to cut up the middle, taken down for a loss of about 3 yards on the play.
That was Adrian Williams on the tackle for Peters Township.
Looks like Peters Township is trying to hold on to this shutout. They're fighting to maintain this shutout and shut the Wolverines out on their home turf.
I'm sure, because I know, and you know, when I, coaching football, playing, we want to reserve the shutout, as well as a sense of pride there too, as well, to shut the Woodland Hills Wolverines out on their home field.
So the Wolverines are out of the huddle, shotgun formation, same set, 3 wide receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Quarterback gets the snap, and he takes the ball and he throws it up, and it's a lame duck. And it looked like it should have been intercepted, but it was such a bad pass that the defender could not get the ball.
Yeah, it was a wounded duck when he let it go. And so it should have been an interception, as you said. Luckily that he couldn't grasp the ball, so that's in Woodland Hills' favor, that they may be able to punch it in, may be able to get it in another try, 4th and 13, with 1:43 left, down 26-0. Let's see what Tim Boston calls.
Only thing that was missing off of that pass was the sound of the duck call, Sam. I don't know, but they're back to pass again. Throws the ball again across the middle. And it looks like we have laundry down on the field, but not sure. It looks like it's going to be some pass interference on the Indians. Not sure about that call, but
that was 4th and 13 on that play, and so there was a flag on the play, and it was pass interference against Peters Township.
The game is well in hand. I'm not sure. It could have been
first down for the Wolverines on the 6-yard line.
First down with 1 minute and 39 seconds left to go. The Wolverines are trailing the Indians 26-0 here at the Wolvarena in Turtle Creek, PA. The Wolverines are in a shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the right. Jeff Williams gets the snap. He throws the ball up, and he throws it deep on the left-hand corner. Incomplete.
Mr. Thomas, he's just throwing that up. He's not looking at the receiver and trying to high point him. He's just throwing it up anywhere.
Yeah, it's not even close. I mean, the receiver had to turn and, try to locate the ball, but the ball was so poorly thrown that it was out of the back of the end zone. But one thing I can say is at least they finally have decided to throw the ball. Although it's only 1 minute and 34 seconds left to go in the game.
Well, a host of Woodland Hills players just came in.
Looks like there was a turnover on downs here. It looks like the Indians have the ball, and they hand the ball off the middle. And the running back takes off up the middle, and he runs the ball from the 3-yard line out over the 15-yard line. He's taken down at about the 19 or 18-yard line. So right now we have a timeout on the field with 1 minute and 28 seconds left here at the Woodland Hills Wolvarena down here in Turtle Creek, PA, where the Woodland Hills Wolverines trail the Peters Township Indians 26-0.
Go to commercial break. This is Roxamore Sports, live here at the Wolvarena. We'll be right back.
But what happened? All right, welcome back to the Wolvarena here in Turtle Creek, PA, where the Wolverines trail the Peters Township Indians 26-0. Right now we have a player down on the field. Looks like he may be cramping up, but it's been a great battle. He's just coming to his feet here. Looks like the Indians come out with a good game plan. They followed the game plan from last week from Bethel Park, and they went no huddle. And they pretty much imposed their will on the Wolverines from the start of the game.
And the guy that was hurt, that's up on, is walking out on his own 2 feet, is Ryan Majeski. And he's played a great ball game. And he's been imposing his will as a battering ram, running right up the gut for many plays on tonight.
So we can look forward to the Indians here. They're sticking with their formation, spread formation. Quarterback looks like he's still in shotgun. Would be willing to bet they're going to hand the ball off and go pretty much safe formation right now. Yeah, taking a victory formation here. Pull 2 running backs in tight. It takes a knee down at about the 15-yard line. Clock is now under 1 minute to go.
That's the best formation to be in, the victory formation, to just take a knee and let the clock run out. Here at the Wolverena at George A. Novak Field, the final is Peters Township 26, Woodland Hills 0, with about 39 seconds left as Peters Township comes out in the victory formation again. One more knee.
So it looks like the Indians here, they'll take their last knee. And that should do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We would like to thank you for spending your Friday night with us here at the Wolvarena.
Yes, here at Roxamore Sports Network, when we come to watch a great game here at
So it looks like that's the game, ladies and gentlemen. The Wolverines go down at home to the Indians, 26-0. The game was pretty much dominated by the Indians from the start, right?
It was dominated by Peters Township as they ran the ball, and then they would throw a little pass, sprinkle it in with a pass here and there, fade pattern, bubble screens, sprint draws, and cross action in the backfield. Number 35, Ryan Majeski, played a great ball game as a battering ram, penetrating the Woodland Hills defense. It's interesting to see how many yards he had tonight.
And the Wolverines' offense was pretty much anemic all night. They weren't able to muster any momentum on offense, and so that led to them being shut out tonight. They're going to have to figure out. They're going to have to come up with some type of offensive plan and come up with a plan to move the ball, because going into Upper St. Clair is not going to be friendly territory. And if they don't come up with a plan to move the ball, it's going to be a long night.
Yes, it is, because the next game that they have is against Upper St. Clair. And as we know, Peters Township beat Upper St. Clair 29-21 just last week.
So it should be a good game next week. We look forward to being with you next week on Friday night, coming live on Roxamore Sports Network from Upper St. Clair. Thank you to my co-host, Sam, the Lumberjack Timbers. It was a great night, sir. Not good for the Wolverines, but a great night for the Indians. A great night of football here in Western Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining us.